All right. Hello, everyone. Welcome to the Power Man Podcast. My name is Rory Paquette, and I am, as always, your very humble host. Like I just said to some of my Instagram folks, we're doing things a little bit different today. We're throwing a little curveball in the mix. We got different angles going on, so depending on how you're watching this, I am taping stuff for YouTube. I am doing the podcast on Audacity like we always do, and we're Instagram Live, just in case any of our followers on our Instagram account want to jump in and interact. So, hey, here we go. Maybe it'll happen, maybe it won't. It's a Sunday afternoon. Totally understand if everybody has something else to do. You folks who are listening to this now, though, please know how much we over here appreciate your faithful following of our show. And we're we've got 115 episodes taped. This is 114 that we're working on right now. I've already got 115 set aside, so we're going to keep that moving. Comes out in a few days. When you get 115 episodes and you're in, at this point, I'm pretty sure last count was 38 different countries. Somebody's listening, and you're making a difference somehow. So it's really, really cool, and want to appreciate and tell you guys how much we love you for following us. It's been big, and it's been very helpful. So thank you for your support. As we get rolling, if you're a friend of the program, you know what we got to do. Oh my gosh. That's right. That's Freedom Hill Coffee. Freedom Hill Coffee can be found on Instagram at Freedom Hill Coffee. All right. And man, they do all the right things for all the right reasons. They support veterans, which is why I support them. They brew a beautiful, beautiful cup of Joe. Deep, dark, rich, bold, beautiful, just like my wife, who happens to be watching on Instagram. Love you, baby. And hey, as we move forward, we got a message today. I hope that you folks that hear this will follow us on Instagram at Power of Man Podcast, all one word. We put a lot of stuff there, and we're going to be really beefing that up here in the future. We've got a lot more stuff coming. We're got a lot more interactive stuff, and I hope you go there, because there's a lot of stuff that's happening in the world right now that we need to address. I'm seeing a lot of different masculinity movements. I mean, just a ton. All right. Those movements vary. Okay. From you got to hunt and fish and, kill stuff in order to be a man, to, homesteading, which is, something that's becoming more and more and more popular, to this, sort of emotional feeling thing where, men need to stop worrying about their families and take care of themselves. And, some of this stuff I get where some of this is coming from. I've got a good friend who does some of this. When you're talking about, taking care of yourself and taking care of your family and everything else, yes, you need to take care of yourself. Yes, you have to do it in order to take care of your family. I do understand that. But, too many men use that as an excuse to turn around and just take care of themselves, be selfish, not do what they need to do, and shirk their responsibilities. And so it really kind of bothers me, when I hear that stuff. I think it's time that men just drew a damn line in the sand. And I'm inviting all of you to do that. I'm inviting all of you to stand up and draw a damn line in the sand. All right. It's time for us to get back to being men. And you're going to hear this on a lot of different, podcasts. You'll hear this on different shows. But you know what? Damn it, man. Too many of us are just coasting through this world with, like, the zombie look on our faces. We're trying to just get through the day. We're trying to just survive. We're eating like crap. We're letting our bodies go to hell. We're not taking care of our families. We're not out there trying to do more. And damn it, what are you here for if it's not to go do more? My whole life, I've been sitting at, okay, hey, this is going great, but what else can I do? Hey, this is pretty good, but you know what? I could make this even better. And there have been times when it's driven me insane. There have been times when it's, pushed me so far past my limits that, I've dropped from exhaustion. Okay. But my God, as men, it's our job. If you're sitting there and you're just content and you're just satisfied and you're like, hey, I'll watch my Netflix, I'll play my video games, I'll eat the food I want to eat, have sex once in a while, everything's gonna be fine, I'll be all right. That's not okay anymore. The world that we live in does not let that just be okay. If you've been working the same job for the last 5 years and you've gotten your nominal, cost of living raises, which is a joke all by itself, we all know that inflation has risen at this point at 4 or 5 times more than what your income has gone up. So if you're still doing the same thing and you're following the path that so many of us get stuck following, you are behind. You're behind today a hell of a lot more than you were 5 years ago. Guys are not putting this together. Gentlemen, we need to go after things. We need to want more. It's who we are. It's built into our damn DNA. And why is this a problem? We've constructed our lives to where we don't want more anymore. We do everything we can to avoid conflict, to avoid a challenge. I mean, I've got guys that I think very highly of who contact me all the time. They pay attention to what's going on in the podcast. They watch the podcast, on YouTube, or they listen to them, on iTunes or on Spotify, but they don't subscribe to it and they don't follow the Instagram account. And I've asked them, hey, no offense, but why? And these guys actually say, well, I mean, it's a little edgy, power man. I'm not sure if that's a name I want to be associated with. And I used to kind of take that and go, oh, hey, I understand. You're worried about getting shadow banned or something. You don't want to, have to deal with that. But some of these guys, I go back and I look at their accounts and they're following Instagram models. They're following pages that are nothing that you'd want people to see. I mean, and I'm like, you're okay being associated with that stuff. You're okay being associated with all this political stuff that you follow, but you're not okay being associated with something that's called Power Man. All right. Got it. Gentlemen, it's at some point you got to stand up and you got to say, look, this is the stuff that I like. This is who I am. And I don't care who has what to say about it. And what's really cool? We're going live right now. We're going live on Instagram, over here on YouTube. And, my dog is upstairs barking her full head off. So if you guys hear my corgi going insane, it's because somebody probably like opened the drapes or turned the blinds or something. And so she thinks it's danger. But try just to ignore that. Okay. Appreciate you. But moving on, like I said, we've set up our lives all the way down to who we follow on Instagram to try and make sure we don't have conflict. We won't respond to a post on Facebook, or we won't follow who we want to, or we won't, say what we think, because we know as soon as we do, we're going to have folks come out of the woodwork. The woke crowd's going to come raining down on you and just go, oh man, you're terrible. You're this, you're that, blah, blah, blah. And so you go, you know what? I'm just not going to be me. I'm just going to sit here and be quiet. Guys, we can't be quiet anymore. You can't just sit there on the sidelines and be quiet anymore. You can't. For your sake. You need a challenge in your life. Men need to be challenged. When we're growing up, we have football, we have track, we have baseball, we have basketball, we have sports, we've got, even orchestra, okay, is you're competing for which chair you're in. You know what I mean? You're working towards a goal. You're working hard, trying to make things happen. You don't have anything like that anymore. When you get older, you don't have anything to challenge you other than your job. And let's be honest, we've talked about this before, just a few podcasts ago. Most of us go in and do our job, do the least amount of work possible to get by, get home, and get done. What challenges you to be better? How are you challenging yourself to do more, to be more? If we don't set it up for ourselves, guys, it's not going to be there. And we aren't going to have all the benefits of a challenge. It's something that we have to do. We have to make a conscious effort to do it. We've made life too easy. Way too freaking easy. Now, okay, Rory, that's great. But you know what? I work hard. I come home. I just want to have a beer. I want to sit in my chair. I want to watch Netflix. I just want to be left alone. Great. Enjoy your life. But I get it. I get everybody isn't, oh, we're just sitting there going, well, I should just go challenge myself to, be better, do more. So why? Right? Why? Well, I sat here and I said, okay, what am I going to tell these guys? I know I want to tell them they got to challenge themselves. I do. I challenge myself all the time. I have other guys that are close to me challenging me on a weekly basis. I've even, become part of an accountability group every week, okay, with guys that I trust, brothers that hold me accountable. If I say, this is what I'm going to work on this week and I don't do it, I don't want to show up to the group and have to say I didn't do it. Okay. I have too much pride for that. And just having that accountability helps me to keep pushing. Guys, if you've got nothing, if you don't have an accountability group, if you don't have a challenge in your life, what are you doing? What's your reason for getting up tomorrow? Besides the same freaking Groundhog Day that we keep putting ourselves through. Excuse me. Got to have a little more coffee here. There we go. A little more Freedom Hill. Going to get us through today. Got to challenge yourself. Got to challenge yourself. Got to get your pride. Got to get your respect. Speaking of pride and respect, before I get into these reasons why you need a challenge, let me just talk about somebody who has stepped up to the challenge. You guys can probably see it if you're on YouTube or if you're on Instagram. If you're seeing this, if you're catching the live right now, you can see the shirt I'm wearing. Okay. Colors of Honor, man. Make sure YouTube can get it. Colors of Honor. Jose Galvan. All right. You can find him on Instagram at Colors of Honor. I'm sure you guys can spell that out and go check him out. This guy came through like crazy over the holiday. I was watching a lot of stuff going up for Memorial Day. I was watching a lack of stuff on Memorial Day, actually. An awful lot of people weren't saying a word about Memorial Day. And I already had my rant for that on Memorial Day because I think that's a shame. That's a travesty. But this guy stepped up and put up some of the most solid stuff, okay, across those, few days of that holiday. And he continues to do so and has frankly always done so, putting up solid posts honoring our fallen, talking about service members, trying to give them the respect, the dignity that they so richly deserve for sacrifices they've made, for who they are. This guy works with Gold Star families, donates a ton of his time and effort and, product. If you're not following at Colors of Honor, get your ass over there to at Colors of Honor on Instagram and follow the guy. Tell him you support him. Like his post, leave him a comment, and tell him you support what he's doing. I'm telling you right now, you would not be sorry. All right. This is his t-shirt, just one of them. He's got a bunch of stuff. I love this one, so I wear it a lot. But go check him out. Jose, peace, brother. You keep doing what you're doing, man. Keep doing what you're doing. As for the rest of us, okay, why do you need a challenge in your life? Why do you need to push yourself? Why, right? Why can't I just chill? Why can't I just take care of myself? Why can't I let out my little inner child and, investigate, why my dad was mean to me? Look, why do we have to keep pushing ourselves as men, as fathers, as husbands? Why do we have to keep doing that? I'm going to tell you why. There's 3 things that I came up with that I want to share with you guys today. The first one is really simple. Really simple. You can't get more without it. That's number 1. You can't get more without it. Without challenging yourself, you can't get any of the more that you want. More money, okay? More time, more quality of life, more love, okay? More material things. You can't get the more of whatever it is you want more of without it. You have to challenge yourself to go get it. You've heard Zig Ziglar, man. If you always do what you've always done, you'll always get what you always got. That's it. That is one of the truest statements ever. And how many of us, after all these years, are still just doing what we've always done? And how many of us today are still just getting what we always got? Guys, without challenging yourself, without really going for it like that, without coming up with another way to be more, do more, you can't get more. So if you want more, that's number one. Why challenge yourself? You can't get more without it. Number two, and this is a big one for guys like me, a really big one for guys like me. And I'm pretty sure for guys like you. Number two, no challenge equals no wins equals no respect. When's the last time you had a win? When's the last time you looked at yourself in the mirror and said, man, killed that thing? Yes. When's the last time you were proud of yourself? Guys, how many of us have simply lost our self-respect? How many of us have hit that point of, no matter what I do, it isn't really going to matter, so why try? Gentlemen, I've been there. I've been there as much as anybody. I still have days where I fall back to that and wish that, things were different. Until I wake up and realize I better get my ass out there and work, or it's never going to change. How can you have self-respect when you're not meeting the needs of your family? When there isn't enough chicken at the table? When your kids are wanting to, play an instrument, or they're wanting to do a sport, and you can't afford to do this or that, or buy the equipment or pay the fee? How much self-respect you got then? When you're trying to move on, when you're trying to get up in the morning and push, you're looking for that reason. How many of us have one? Got to get one. No challenge, no win. No win, no respect. Not from yourself, not from your peers, not from your family. And if you're a man, if you're a father and a husband, and you're living your life without the respect of your wife and your kids, you're living a rough existence, my friend. And I guarantee you, they want to give that to you. They want to give you that respect. They're just waiting for you to stand up and earn it. That's all they're waiting on. So number one, you can't get more without the challenge. Number two, no challenge, no win, no respect. That takes us to number three, guys. You need a purpose. You need a reason to get up in the morning and give a damn. How many of us get up every day and just go through Groundhog Day and don't care? This is all life's got for me. Fine. Guess I'll just do this and make the best of it. It's the best it's ever going to be. This is the best I'm ever going to look. It's the best I'm ever going to feel. Best I'm ever going to do. Most money I'm ever going to have. And it ain't that great. Oh, well. Bullshit. Guys, purpose. Gotta have a purpose, man. You gotta have a reason to get up. And that reason to get up is not to go talk to your inner child and cry in a corner. That reason to get up is to take care of your business, man. That reason to get up is because as a father, you've got to take care of your kids. As a father, you need to provide. Okay? I don't know a father who gives a damn about being a father who doesn't want to give their kids more than they had. More stuff, more money, more opportunities, more options. Every dad I know wants their kids to have a better life than they had. And you don't get that without doing, being, and earning more. Guys, time for real talk here. No more crap. I've had it to hear with men who are crying in their beer. Life is tough. Welcome to adulthood. Of course it's tough. Very often life sucks. But you don't have the option to just not play the game. I don't like that game. I'm not going to play it. So what? Guys, this has to happen. If you're a man and you don't have self-respect, if you're a man and you don't care about obtaining more, if you're a man and you have no purpose in your life, news flash, you're not a man. You're just a guy. And in the world of if you know, you know, in this world today that we live in, we have far too many guys and nowhere near enough men. And it's time for all of us to be men. It's time to stand up. Now, I have gotten to know a lot of you guys that follow me on Instagram, that follow me on the podcast, that send me those DMs. Love every one of you. Okay. You guys are fantastic. And that support means a ton. And that's why when I throw these three things out there, okay, and I say, hey, these are the three reasons why you need challenges in your life. That's why when I do that, I do so with as much love as I can possibly put together for you guys. None of this is judgmental, guys. We've all gone through it. But some of us have decided that enough is enough. And some of us need a kick in the ass. And right now, I think it's time for the kick in the ass. Recapping 3 reasons to put challenges in your life, guys. Number 1, you cannot get more without it. More of whatever it is you want. Money, time, freedom. Can't get more without that challenge. Number 2, no challenge equals no wins equals no respect. No self-respect, no respect from your kids and your wife, none. And there isn't a man alive that wants to live that way. And number 3, you need a purpose. You need a purpose. You need a reason to get up in the morning. You need a reason to fight. You need a reason to go find a new thing, to push harder, to do the job you have better. You need to feel better about you. You need to get your own respect back. You got to find your power, gentlemen. That's where it's at. Look around at some of these guys. Check out some of the guys who do follow me. Okay. I mean, go look at some of the stories from, guys like, Justin Wegner, Backbone Swag. Go look at some of the stories from, Danny Postwa. Okay. And some of the stuff he's doing, with his family at home. Look at, Jose Galvan. Check these guys out. Okay. Look up Matt Sargent, and the work that he's doing. I can go on and on and on. Phil Gonsalves. I mean, Fathers Lives Matter over there. Alan Donovan. I mean, there are guys who are taking it to the limit every day. And I haven't named them all by a long shot. Those are just the guys whose names came right to my mind because I probably communicated with them in the last 10 minutes. All right. But I'm telling you right now, guys, every one of us can do this. Every single one of us. I believe in you. And the most important thing to take away from today is that you're worth it. All right. You are worth so much more than coming home from work, doing Groundhog Day, having a beer, watching Netflix, and passing out in your chair. You're worth more than that. Your family's worth more than that. You can do it. It's time for us all to stop being guys and to decide it's time to be men. Let's do this. Let's do this. You can do it. You just got to believe it. Until next time.